Hey everybody, I'm Stacy Lyn, and I am happy to announce that I am giving away with Weston as my partner this wonderful Weston meat grinder. They are notorious for their great meat grinders, and today I'm going to be making hamburgers that are out of this world. It's my favorite way to make hamburgers. My son's coming home. We're throwing him a surprise party. He just passed his dental boards, so he'll be practicing next year with my husband, and it's going to be great. So we are so thrilled that he was able to pass that test and that it is behind him now. So I have grinded 1 pound of lamb, 1 pound of venison, but I left a little bit so that you could see me use the grinder, and 1 pound of beef. So I'm about to do this right now, and I did beef chuck and a lamb roast, and this is a venison hindquarter. So I'm just going to grind it up on the biggest setting that they have. Perfect. So I was able to do that. Now I'm just going to grab this meat grinder and move it behind me so that you can see what I do with the hamburger meat. So a lot of people would put maybe a lot of different ingredients in their meat, but I think the meat is so great just on its own. So I am going to add a little bit well, actually a lot of pepper. Now, I am making 2 different hamburgers with the same ingredients, or the same hamburger, but 2 different ingredients for my sauces and my toppings, and I'm gonna change this entirely. The whole flavor profile is gonna be changed. So this is so good. Now look, that's a lot of pepper. You see all this pepper? But I'm telling you, if you've never done this before and put this much pepper on your hamburger, you're really missing out. I know that's a lot of pepper, but y'all, I'm not kidding. It is gonna be so great. Okay, so I have already put a little bit of salt into my hamburgers, and now I'm just gonna mix that around just a little bit to get all of that pepper in there. And I'll know if it doesn't have enough pepper because I won't see as much black in it, and I'll be adding more, don't you worry, if it doesn't. Now this was my granddaddy's trick, and it's been so hard to repeat it, and he's not alive anymore for me to ask him. So I have been to all of the different relatives to ask them, you know, what was the secret ingredient. I thought maybe there was something else because his hamburgers were so great. But no, there really isn't. It was pepper and pepper alone. So okay, so I'm just getting these patties about 1 inch, maybe 1.5 inches or so thick. And like I said, I like these to be not cooked all the way through. I want them to be on the rare side, or at least medium rare. You want them to be a little bit pink on the inside. And that's the great thing about using a Weston grinder. You know when you grind your own meat what you're getting. So there's never any fear that you're gonna get sick. Okay, so I'm just gonna do 4 right now. I'm gonna leave those alone for 4 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands, and I'm gonna make the remoulade sauce. Okay, clean up right here. So my grandfather was the best at making steaks and making hamburgers. And we would go over, and he would be in his grill, he wouldn't be in it. He'd be out there at his grill, and I would run inside. They had this swivel chair, so I would run inside to this blue swivel chair next to the windows, right where I could see him cooking out there, and I would swivel around in that chair, and then I would run out there, and I would give him a big old hug, and we would have the best time. And that was every Sunday, because in the South, we usually will go to church and come home, rest for a little bit, get undressed, and get dressed in casual clothes, and then we'd hang out with our family after church. So that is what we did every Sunday growing up, and this was one of the best meals. I would always look forward to his hamburgers. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that for about 4 minutes, and I'm gonna do this remoulade sauce, and at the same time, I'd like to get my buns going. So I've got just plain buns. These are actually brioche buns. And I'm putting a little bit of butter on both sides. And I'm just gonna grill both sides. I'm gonna put them face down, or the flesh side down, as I'll call it, on the grill. And then I'm gonna get them charred on both sides. Okay, so this is really gonna make this hamburger taste great too. It's in all the little details. All right, so I'm gonna let that go while I'm making the remoulade sauce. And this is so fast, y'all. And some of these are just gonna be plain, and I'm letting my dad take part in this too, because he liked a plain hamburger with onions and mustard and cheese, and that is it. And so we're making one like that, and then we're gonna make one with this remoulade sauce with tomatoes, and it's gonna be really good. Okay, so I have a cup of mayonnaise. You can make homemade mayonnaise or use prepared mayonnaise, just whatever you do, make it a good mayonnaise, because that's the main base of this. I like to use every kind of mustard because they all have such different flavors. So I've got the yellow mustard, a little bit of spicy brown mustard, and a little bit of Dijon mustard. Whoa, that's actually a lot. I didn't mean to put quite that much in there, but it's gonna be good. Okay, I'm gonna put 2 cloves of garlic and capers. Okay, and put the top on this. There we go. And I'm using my Weston look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? So there's different settings on this, which I've used just about all of them. This, the one that I have it on right now is the soup one, so it's really gonna get nice. You know, there's not gonna be a whole lot of chunks or anything in there. All right, so I'm just gonna scrape around the sides to make sure that all my capers are loose, and I'm gonna give it one more pulse. There we go. That's looking good. Okay, so I'm done with that. Now I'm gonna go and look at my buns and see how they are coming along. Nope, not quite there yet. Okay, I have the right eye on. Do y'all ever do that? Where you turn the wrong eye on and you're like, this is just not getting done. And it's a different eye. Okay, so now these are, I'm gonna take a look at them and see how they are doing. I'm real bad about that too. I don't think they're quite ready. Well, actually, looks pretty good. They look really, really good. So I'm thrilled about that. You know what though? I think they need a little bit more pepper. Okay. I would add more salt, but I can't seem to find it. I'm not sure what it's doing. It's okay. I think they're good. All right, so I'm gonna flip these over. Okay, and I'm gonna let them go for about 4 more minutes. Okay, so hopefully these buns, I can see that they're getting nice and just really, 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 they're not, I wouldn't call it tender, but they're getting really soft. I love a soft bun. Okay, they're almost there. So I am thrilled about that. This is gonna be so good, and this is always such a fast thing. My dad would always, he would grill his meat on the weekend, so he would grill his chicken, and he would grill some steaks and hamburgers, and he would do it all on one day, because if you've got the grill fired up, you might as well cook it until all the coals are gone. So that was his theory. So that's what he did. Now he would grill his hamburgers, which gives it that great smoky flavor, which I'm gonna be missing with it being in here. Now you could use liquid smoke, but sometimes I think that it's a little bit too strong. But with the mixture of meats that I've used, I'm gonna get an earthy flavor, and it's gonna be really, really good. So I'm not too worried about missing out on that one flavor. I'm gonna be eating the remoulade. I'm not sure, you know, some of my kids, they like some of the other things a little bit better, just the plain hamburger, so they'll do that. So I've already got all of my sides done. So I've got onions. I just sliced some onions, and I'm gonna be melting a piece of cheese on the top of all of these because my whole family loves cheddar cheese. You can use Colby Jack, you can use mozzarella, you can use anything that you want to use. So I am using the cheddar today, and I think it's gonna be perfect. Now I usually have, like, I'm gonna see this. Yep, this is a cool, handy, if I can get it out of my drawer, little tool that you can use to kind of get that cheese to melt on top of your hamburger, and that will help the inside not to completely get overdone, but your hamburger will melt. I mean, not your hamburger, your cheese will melt on that. All right, so I'm going to turn these over, okay, and get them toasted on the back side, and then we're going to start plating this up. This is going to be so good. Let's see how this is going. Yep, see the difference between the one where I had the lid and one that I didn't. So if you have any kind of domed lid, you can put it over it, or even a plate, but the plate will get pretty hot and it doesn't have a handle, but I've used that and just use something to pick it up with. All right, so now this turn, okay? All right, so I'm gonna turn that off. I'm gonna put these over here. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and put on one, I'm doing just plain yellow mustard on one. And then I'm gonna be adding a few onions, or a lot of onions, okay? And some, do I wanna add pickles to that? I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna go for just a simple hamburger, okay? So I'm gonna put that there, and I'm just gonna let that sit there for a few minutes because we're gonna, for about 5 minutes, I'm gonna let it rest. All right, so now I'm gonna plate the other one. I'm gonna get a little bit of the remoulade sauce. Let me see what I wanna use for that. Okay. Put that right here on the bottom of this. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. I'm gonna put more. I like to have a little bit more on mine. Okay, and a lot of people in their remoulade sauce, they'll put pickles, and I have canned some pickles, and this recipe is like divine. And it is on my website, stacylynharris.com, and it's refrigerator pickles. So, but I actually went through and canned them completely. But anyway, I'm putting the, and they've got a little bit of onion down in it. There we go. Now I'm gonna put the burger. Wow, look at that. Yum. Look at that. Okay, and I'm not doing the, I'm not gonna do the onion on that because it's already got it in the pickle. And then I'm topping it with the, oh my gosh, does that look like crazy good or what? Okay, so I've got my simple burger, and I've got the one that I'm gonna eat, which with the remoulade sauce. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. So y'all, if you wanna have a good burger, you really need a Weston grinder. Don't forget to look at the link and go to where it tells you to and follow the directions, and you can win that Weston grinder. I am so excited about these burgers and about you winning the Weston meat grinder. Talk to you later. Bye.